everybody to the July MyBlogGuest Hangout. And for all of you that just joined on the inside of the Hangout here, there's a little chat window on your left-hand side if you pop it out. If you would like to be introduced, please let me know. I'm Deborah. Just say, hey, Deborah, introduce me, and we'll do that. Otherwise, hello, everybody. And Anne, go ahead. Keep going with your update. She's giving us an update on what's going on with MyBlogGuest.
So just a little roundup of the new features. There is a lead gallery which we are going to rebrand or maybe call in a different way. It's going to be more like a training one to start with, because there is a lot of back and forth with authors before they are really seeing any benefit of it. There is a lot of work being done in terms of showing them what works in the gallery, how to brainstorm, how to use images, what we really want to see in that gallery. So probably the next step will be a bit of rebranding it into initial training before you can really see the benefit. Then there is the articles request feature, where right now we are collecting the bloggers, the real ones with real blogs. I approve, review, reject every blog that applies there manually, and I welcome new bloggers. I get an email every time a new good blog joins MyBlogGuest and invite them personally there. So we are still in the process of getting the whole database, and I'm thinking now that we have a lot of bloggers there, we could also improve it a bit and probably add the search feature, better support of tags, so making it more searchable and better known to the users. And the latest feature is authorship support, and I've seen quite a few people joining it, which feels like a great trend because people do really want to blog as real people. And I go to that section daily, trying to figure out what type of articles they publish using their own names and tying to their real Google Plus profiles. I help them, and I trying to keep an eye on everything that's going on in that section, those Google verified articles. So these are 3 features we are now working on. We are pretty much done with updating the site. At least I don't have any more ideas for now to put immediately up. So we are done technically wise. I don't mean that we are not going to improve. We are totally going to go forth with a new design. For the coming 2 or 3 months, the plan is that we are going to work with these features I just listed: the training, elite gallery, articles requests, and authorship, verified authors within MyBlogGuest. And we will be also testing the new design. We will show it to you in a couple of weeks, and that design is going to put those features in front of the homepage and make them more visible and make the site probably easier to use. So that's the to-do list for the coming month, hopefully, if nothing urgent comes our way, like another server move or something like that. What we are planning is going to be done in July. And also, I want to thank all our members. I know summer is not the best time to put new features up because it's the slowest season for any internet-based community or internet-based platform. So many people are having rest, lucky them, and many of them are away, and many of them will be back soon. So not the busiest months right now for our platform, as well as for many other websites out there. But in any case, we have time to test the new features and before more and more people access them.
Excellent. Michael, you had some questions on the article request process. You said that you put in a request last month.
Yeah, I put a request and I'm waiting. Yeah, the topic was pretty easy one, so I would expect people to jump on it, but I'm still waiting.
There are not too many people using the articles requests right now, and that's another issue that we're going to address. As with any new product that we put up, that happened once with the articles gallery. I still remember when we had 4 pages of articles there, and there is like 50 now. So it's new. Just give us some time. We're on that. We're working to promote it to the authors, and we are working to figure it out.
So who see the request? When you put a request, who see it?
Everyone sees them, but to see who it comes from and to see the actual website it comes from, they need to upgrade. So it's the Pro feature. And to apply, to pitch an idea, they should upgrade as well. So that's the new database of users that we are now building.
But now to see it, it's not like you log in and it's right there saying, hey, check the new. People have to intentionally go click on the article request. Is that correct?
And
okay.
That's another issue I'm thinking about. That's what we've been discussing internally, putting those features more up front to the page, like making the whole page, not the forum-wise, because I do understand that the only thing people see after they log in is the forum. And they are only able to see articles gallery, articles requests, only if they want to, if they figure it out. So that's another design issue that I've been talking about that we are going to address in the coming months.
If I put a request and I want to make it more visible, I have to put another message in the forum, say, hey, I put a request, go look it up, or something like that?
That might be a good test to play with. I would say for now, yes, let's try doing that as well. But keep in mind that people who can really use it, they have to upgrade, because we added all articles that come your way. We have to make that the Pro feature only.
Okay.
So it's a very small subset. I mean, I admit, I'm guilty. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say this on air. I haven't been checking the article requests. I say to myself, okay, when I have a block of time to write, I'm going to go see what people are looking for. And I don't know if there's other people that think like me to say, I want to really give it quality, and when I have that block of time, I'm going to do it, and then they don't get around to it. But also your subset is a smaller group because it is the Pro members. So it's like the elite of the elite that take the time to go look.
Hey, Michael, you might also do a search on our authors and look for those who have maybe written some similar content, similar topics. Find somebody whose writing style you like and go ahead and just, personal message to them, inviting them to come take a look at your request.
Okay.
Shannon, you had a great idea. Well, okay, that's for Ann to judge, but I like what.
No, everyone can judge. Everyone, I love the ideas that come from our team and members. I don't think we would be able to move forward without those ideas.
Hey, Shannon, can we hear you?
I think we found the on button.
Oh, good. We got her.
I said maybe we can start a thread in the Pro forum, because only the upgraded members can see the Pro forum. So maybe that would be a relevant area to start a thread for article request promotion. So Michael could go there and say, look, I have this article request out. If any of you are writing on this topic, I'd love to hear from you, that kind of thing. Because right now, one of the things I did notice with the article request is there's no category breakdown. So literally, whoever puts one up bumps the post, and whoever posted a while ago, the article request gets pushed down and down. You know what I mean? So I think that an instant kind of fix could be that we could start a thread for people in the Pro forum for now.
I think that's a great idea. So you could add it to the SIG file too. So Michael, if you're participating in any other forums, you could have a notation in your signature, and that'll show up on all of your posts, even the old ones. It'll update all of the posts.
That's a great idea.
See, who is writing those down?
They're forever archived.
Yeah, like we need an action plan after the meeting to share with everyone. Yes, absolutely. I mean, we've been developing them. I've been busy testing them. I've been busy testing the new design. So the next step would be absolutely making those more visible and more obvious on the website. And we welcome any ideas that come your way. That's how we work.
Don, you handle the elite authors, correct? Does that include the article requests and the moderator, or is that the whole moderator group?
Well, I get to see the article requests that come through from the writers, but they're not the same criteria as the elite articles. With the article requests, I try to take a look at the request itself, what the particular publisher is looking for, and just try to make sure that the article matches those requirements or help the author meet those requirements.
So with the elite gallery, it's more of you're looking at grammar, you're looking at format, you're looking at structure, you're making sure that it fits with the category of elite. But then with the article request, you're leaving that to the publisher and more looking to make sure it meets the criteria. Is that kind of the difference?
Exactly.
How's the elite program going?
Well, it's one of those things where we're working out the bugs. I think one thing that happens is we need to understand, or my understanding of the elite gallery is it's a place where you come with quality work for quality publishers that you want to kind of showcase your abilities as an author, and a place where those publishers who want those kinds of articles can come. But what happens is sometimes we have people who want to be in that gallery, but they don't want to go through the hard work of getting an article polished up enough to rate that. So on one hand, I want people to succeed. I want them to be able to publish in the elite gallery. We have writers who are outstanding, but they sometimes find that they need to bump it up a step. And some of them, candidly, some people don't want to do that extra work, and so we butt heads a bit at times. So it's a working out sort of thing, as Ann said earlier. It's a matter of we've launched some new things. Now let's work them out so that everyone benefits, and we can keep the communication levels up to make MyBlogGuest better and make the work better.
Now, if you could refresh our memories. That's why I like not being an expert, because then I can ask questions that are. To become an elite, it's still a matter of sending an email to info@myblogguest.com, correct? And requesting that status?
And I don't.
Yep.
Do you have to be a pro member, Dawn?
Well, you have to request to be able to write at the elite level, and I don't handle those authorizations, so probably I'm sure Ann could answer that better, Shannon.
Okay.
For our newest features, elite and authorship, you don't have to be a pro member. All you need is to apply and show your Google Plus profile and probably a couple of samples of what you've been doing for us to understand if you're a good writer. We are willing to give those accounts for free to authors who want to be better and who want to use the tools and who want to take the time to do a better job. So if you are a pro member, the same for you. We'll give that access to you for free. You will still keep your pro features, but you will get more. And right now you can also pay for those features as well. That's not required, but people were asking for us to finally add the instant paying system for them just to pay and go ahead. So we've added them as a test more than any serious plan. So like many of our plans were born the same way, like advanced plan that allows 10 articles at a time in the gallery was put out as the request, as the request from members. That's not something we really wanted to do. The same with the articles requests. You can pay and get access there. But if you really want to first test them out, you are always welcome to email us, and we will give you that access for free. So, and it's really, for us, it's really better if you use the gallery or the article request for a couple of months prior to paying for them, because we will be sure that you are ready for spending money on those.
So for the, okay, I might have got a little confused. I might need more coffee, but just making sure. So for the elite, like, okay, if I want to be elite author, one of the things I noticed, and I didn't realize this, but it's not like I have to write a new article and then contact you and say, Anne, this is my new article. Could you consider me for elite? I can actually give you links showing work that I've done in the past and say, may I be considered as an elite author? And I don't have to be a paying member. I can be a free member. Did I get that right?
Yes. Okay. Just give us any clues that there is no strict rule. You can send me your article you just put together to show to me. It can be non-published anywhere. You can just send us a couple of links. You can just send us nothing and just reply, and we'll follow up and reply what we need to really make sure that you are ready to be an elite author. So just drop us an email, and whatever you can do to show us what you're writing about and your writing abilities is fine. There is no list of things that we require to understand if you can do that or not.
So
you can just be.
For elite author, now you said paying, and I might have got that confused with one of the other services, but can somebody come to you and say, I know I'm like at the 80% level, I'm still working on becoming an elite author, can I pay you? And that covers like the cost of the moderation, or did I totally cross that with some other service?
There is no price right now for you to pay.
Okay.
So you just get that for free, and most often, if you're a pro user, we will see your history, and you don't even need any samples for us, and we will give you access. If you're a free member, we just need to know something about you, but there is no actual plan as elite right now because we don't have the actual price. But we did upgrade a couple of elite people who used to be elite for a couple of months as an exception, just to keep them in a program. But for right now, just come us, and we are not looking for your money. We just are looking to test the features and to understand how to improve them, to make them more suitable for what the users really require.
Don, you're probably relieved. If anything that I said was clearer than mud, what I was suggesting is if on a scale of 1 to 10, you came on your writing, 1 being not a really good writer and 10 being exceptional, a person at 1 could come in and say, okay, Don, look at my article. What do you think? And you're spending all that time to get it from a 1 to a 10 for payment. So you're probably relieved there isn't that model in place.
Well, Deb, here's the thing. I love working with writers who want to improve. I'm a writer who wants to improve myself, and iron sharpens iron. So really what I look for with elite authors is a desire. You have to have the ability, but then you need to have the desire. And some of our elite authors are just loving it, and we get some back and forth, and I get to throw out some suggestions, and I learn from them, and they learn from me, and together we both get better. And there are some though who frankly just want the title without earning it. And that's tough because it does take some work, and a lot of it's structure, and a lot of it's just a willingness to make things better.
So it's safe to say it has more to do with attitude than ability.
I think ability is always necessary, but then attitude's what puts you over the top. And you know, there's an old adage that the difference between mediocre and excellent is only maybe 10% more effort. So, you know, if you want to be an elite author and have a good time in the elite author area, I think you need that extra 10% of attitude.
Was that 10% of attitude or 10? I'm thinking on these low energy days, it's like if I just get 10% more energy, we could do that.
That's exactly the point, that you don't have like spend 24 hours a day to make the article worth of elite gallery, but most of our users who I really love but they just don't want to collaborate in any way with us. All they want is put their articles in the gallery and just not see us at all. Like the team doesn't exist. They just need the gallery and that's it. And we really want to work with our authors and our users and our writers to give them the better product, because without them in any way working with us, just putting whatever they have in front of the people probably who are not even interested in that. We are trying to help. We are not trying to make their lives worse, harder or worse. We are trying to help, and many people just don't realize that, and that's a shame, because we really wish we would like to build a better product, but we need them, because they are writing those articles, so we can't do that without them.
So for those people that want their article and just put it in the gallery, is there a place for them at MyBlogGuest?
Ideally, no. That's two-side process, because if they we cannot we've been there before. We tried doing that way, and what happened was that we got overwhelmed with people who really didn't get the purpose of the place and what we were trying to do there. And it's really tough to explain to people that we are not providing you the service, we are not providing you the tools. That's the community, and you need to work with us, work with bloggers. You need to do something more than just putting articles and waiting for offers. Yes, you may be a pro member, you may be a free member, you may be paying us, but you are paying for editing, you are paying for Pro Tools, for Copyscape, for guest post monitoring. We have a lot of tools that are helping us in the process, but that doesn't mean that you just pay and go away with whatever you have. That's two-side process, that mutual benefit. That's our motto, that's only about mutual benefits. And please come to us and let us help us. There is no way around that.
So basically, the big push, and I've seen this, and personally I love it, but MyBlogGuest really is all about quality.
Yes.
Michael, you must love the focus on quality.
Yes.
Because you've had a lot of great suggestions in these Hangouts, and I feel like some of them are coming true, which is exciting to watch.
I'm still waiting for some of them, yeah.
But you're so patient.
After every Hangout, we get a bombardment of emails from people that want to be guest authors. And basically, we send them, go read our guidelines, and basically we tell them our emphasis is on the word frequent contributor. We are not looking for a single individual articles, but because then we're going to have hundreds of authors on our blogs. Yeah, we're looking for people that we can establish a relation with. So I'm still waiting for the feature of matchmaking in MyBlogGuest between publishers and authors, and I'm still looking for a feature where the people that write will have a decent profile that you can read and find good quality writers that will be frequent contributors, not just onesie people that want to stick URL of the company that they're trying to promote in the bio. That's not what we are looking for.
I just had wanted to bring up a tiny case study of mine. I've been using the authorship filter daily just to see what's being put up there, and for my tech social site just to test things out. And I already have 2 pretty much regular contributors with verified authorship. I just come and keep making offers to their articles, and they already have their contributor accounts onto my blog, so I can just publish all of them under one account and schedule them like weekly, and it works pretty well for me. So I would encourage Michael to do the same. Just that's when you make an offer to the verified article, you will see their avatar email and their full name and their Google Plus account right after your offer is accepted. You can create their account and you can just keep offering for their blogs and for their articles. I'm sorry. It has worked for me. I'm pretty sure that in a couple of weeks of using this feature, I will somehow come up with a better process of recurring contributors. But that's a good start, I would say.
Michael, have you seen that feature with the authorship? It's a relatively new one since the last Hangout.
No, I didn't.
Anne, do you mind walking us through, assuming that we know absolutely nothing?
You just go to the articles gallery, the general one, and scroll down a bit to the filters. There will be redesigned soon, but now you can see the show articles by verified authors only, and you just check it, push search, and you will see the list of people who verify their authorship, and I prove those, and I pretty much go daily to see those articles to make sure that the names match, because there were a few confusions when people verify with one name and probably someone using his account put something different from his name. But I'm keeping an eye to catch those things, and you will see the list of those articles that come from verified authors. You select the one that seems good to you, make your offer as a general process. Nothing has changed there yet. And if your offer is accepted, you will promptly, immediately given the email address of that person, the Google Plus link, and full name. And you will be encouraged to create a separate contributor account for that user on your blog. As soon as you do that, you can grab an article, schedule it in your editorial calendar under that contributor name, and you will be able, it works pretty much the same. The whole process is pretty much the same. The only difference is that we encourage those people then put links in contributor section on their Google Plus profile, so that those articles are really verified and Google knows that they are the author. And that's how you get a good verified article. And another benefit of that feature is that those authors feel more likely to blog again for you, because your blog is now in their contributor to section in Google Plus. So if they keep contributing, they will have more authorship benefits from those articles. So for now, what I would suggest is just keep a list. There is a watch list feature. You can add your tag, author or verified author or authorship. Or you can add those people to friends. Then you will be emailed every time when they post anything new in the gallery. So just go and make another offer for their future articles, and you already have a contributor account with me. So go ahead and publish another article with me, and that worked for me.
That sounds like the makings of the matchmaking system that Michael's suggesting. Did you hear all the M's? Okay, Michael's the makings of the matchmaking. I want to go try that. That sounds a good way to find regular columnists, if you will, for your blog.
Yes, and I would really suggest adding those to friends, because not many people know that if you have people in friends, there you can subscribe to their new articles in the gallery. So anytime they publish anything new to the gallery, you would be one of the first to know about that article. So keeping the most trusted list of your authors as friends within MyBlogGuest, you will be just emailed every time any of them publishing anything on the gallery, and you can just go ahead and make another offer.
Remember too, folks, that works even whether they've entered their Google authorship or used the new authorship tool or not. You can follow and friend people and see that it's excellent way to do it.
Yes,
But
if you like someone, and if someone already wrote for you anything, just go ahead and add them to friends, and you will be emailed anytime they put anything new in the gallery. That's how you can bring those relationships to the next level.
You know, whenever I see an interview with Anne and she's talking about how MyBlogGuest started out, it's always the same thing. The whole point of MyBlogGuest is exactly what Michael's describing, a way to bring authors and publishers together and have them enter into a communication and get to know one another. So, you know, sometimes when I first came on board as a writer and wanting to find publishers for my articles, I didn't quite get that. And I thought I used only the tools. The gallery was the big thing, get them up and then go back to writing. And little by little, I began to understand how important it is to get to know people. You know, I'm not normally a social sort of guy anyway. I'm the kind, if I go to a party, that I'm off in a corner somewhere instead of out shaking hands and, you know, and doing that. So it's tough for me to learn how to operate in a social environment. But it's there for the taking at MyBlogGuest to develop those relationships. Even right now, without more tools, it's there right now.
Well, and Don, I think you're being modest because you've been like the king of the community on G+ for MyBlogGuest and doing a fabulous job. I see all the compliments too, thanking you. So,
well, it's only because I care so much for the service and for what goes on there. But to tell you the truth, I keep, you know, praying that other people are going to get involved. I get tired of seeing my face on every post, and I try to hold off so that it can be a conversation instead of a monologue.
I try to talk a lot too, and then we have a couple of really awesome people that are always there. Ross is one of them, who's quiet in the background there.
Hey, Ross, now that Shannon put you on the spot, see, Phil, I didn't do it. Shannon did it. Do you want to say hello and introduce yourself?
This is my first time on Google Plus Hangout, so I'm not too sure whether or not it's working or not. Is it working?
Yes, it is, and welcome.
All right, great. Hi there.
Good to see you, Ross.
Cheers.
Yes,
yeah, definitely. You know, you're always active on there as well on the sort of Google Plus community page, which is obviously also another great resource as well for learning new things. So yeah.
I'm new to MyBlogGuest, so I definitely wanted to check this out, and I am very happy to meet all of you. And I'm still learning about everything as, you know, time goes on, so I've definitely learned a lot today, and I look forward to checking out the rest of the Hangouts from previous months and learning more then. So thank you for everyone.
Welcome.
Welcome, Katrina.
Thanks.
So how have we grown, Don, in the community?
Oh man, by leaps and bounds. I've been tracking like every few days or week or 2 weeks at various intervals. I'll record the number that we have, and it really has been growing. Again, and it's just like Shannon said, when Ross and Shannon and other people hop in, and David, and there's so many names we could mention that people come in and communicate, it really, that's the real value. It's not the total numbers, and I think we're up over 1,200 now, I believe. But it's not that the number is all that important. That the real indicator is how much communication is going on, how much are we sharing, how much are we learning, together. That's what I keep looking for and trying to find ways to encourage that, because again, it's the whole basis of this platform. I believe, as I see it, is communication. How do we come together, meet one another, and help one another out?
That engagement factor. I think it's challenging too, Don, because I'm sure there's a lot of people reading what you post, and maybe you're seeing your face a lot in the community, which I love seeing. So that's not. But I feel as for like Twitter chats, when like all the tweets are in a row and it's my face, it's like, okay, somebody else needs to talk because I'm tired of listening to myself talk. But be encouraged that I'm sure people are reading what you're writing. Does that sound about right, group?
Absolutely. Don is an invaluable member of that G community. He is awesome. He's always there.
I'm emailed every time when Don anything is posted there, and I encourage everyone to do the same. There is an option to enable email notifications of the new threads to see every time Don posts anything. It can be your email box.
There you go.
Let's hope there's no spam.
What, Don spam?
Well, we try. Yeah, we try and run with a topic during the week, but also, folks should know that doesn't mean it's the only thing you can speak about. If you come up with an interesting post related to guest blogging, you have a comment, some advice, something to share, it's always welcome. The only thing is we limit promotional posts. We limit your promotional posts to Fridays, but other than that, we're open during the week for things other than the topic. The topic is just a flag to rally around, but there's so much more we can do.
Now, a question for you, Don. If somebody, okay, I'll just use myself as an example. Let's say I write an article that I think is good, and not just because me, that's on blogging. Am I allowed to share that within the MyBlogGuest G+ community, or is that considered promotional? So I wait till Friday. I mean, how do you manage that?
Well, it's a tough trail to walk, deciding what can go and what can't during the week and on Fridays. But right now, the criteria I'm using is basically this: if you write a post and you promote your own post, that's self-promotion. But if you write a post and someone else finds your post and puts it up there, well, that's not. And I know that leaves us open to, okay, here's the workaround, get someone else to share my post. But really, that's the way I see it. I don't need to be beating my own drum. If you want to beat it, okay, thank you. But I shouldn't be out there, giving people every time I do something, letting the world know about it in the community. And Fridays is promotion day.
Now, maybe a legitimate workaround for you would be go put your post in viralcontentbuzz.com. And then some of the users are in both groups. They'll see it and say, wow, you just got to check this out in the MyBlogGuest G+ community.
Yep, and always on the main site at myblogguest.com is open for promotions 24/7, and you can tell the world what's going on there. But the thing is, in the community, and if you look at other Google communities, you'll see some that are just inundated with link droppers. They bounce in, drop a link, and run. And when you go there, you'd have to look really hard to find something of any value. So the idea is to try and protect our community from that happening. So it's tough because there are times when I would love to there's stuff that comes up of value. Michael Kahn often has posts that he could be leaving us something every day, but he saves it for Fridays, and we all do.
I was just thinking, Michael, because I like Michael. Like this morning, you shared on hashtags for Twitter an article on that. I love how you describe the article. It really draws me into wanting to click on the article, and it doesn't seem self-promotional. It's very helpful.
Okay, that's basically, we follow some guidelines that we got from LinkedIn groups. They say basically don't just post the link, but give some intro as to what the article is about, and sometimes give a questions to engage the readers.
That kind of speaks to what Don said before about just making that little extra effort. Going from average to exceptional. Just a little extra effort there, and it makes it more interesting. People are going to want to click it because you've made that extra effort.
Yes, there is plus and minus to this. Basically, when you do this, some people try to rush, and especially if you ask a question, I think we discussed this few months ago. If you ask a question, people may rush to answer the question without reading the article, so they don't really understand what you're trying to discuss here. Also, I know we discussed that viral content buzz or whatever system that you have, and we went and we tried it, and it seemed that over there is sort of a competing. Okay, if I have 10 minutes to share articles and gain some credits, then some people will go and click on share without actually reading the articles, which is not too beneficial. Yeah. The idea is to read the article and start a discussion after the person read the article, not just to share and just discussion just based on the title of the article.
So you found that was a personal experience for you?
Yeah, we found that the content, what is it called? Viral
content buzz.
Yeah, didn't get us too much.
Really?
But basically, you look at the click on the viral content buzz versus the logs on our website of how many people actually got to the article, and you see that there was no match.
Well, the idea of the whole place is that even though we encourage people to be very selective about what they share and to customize their dashboard the way that they can only see relevant projects they would be interested in reading, there will always be people who just there for a quick benefit and will just click and earn their credits. But even in that case, you run into opportunity to putting your content in front of their followers and finding their communities and finding people who care who they share to. So there are always different ways achieving something that of quality, and that's what we are trying to achieve with any project that we do. And we do realize that not all people will always follow what we advise and what we recommend, but even in those cases you still get your benefit because they share to real people, and there is always a chance that those real people will be interested by that tweet even though the original user didn't read it. So I wouldn't be that straightforward about what you do and how you do that. If you have your right aims, bear in mind there can be different ways of achieving those, not just one straightforward way to that.
And I think that's a challenge that all the buzz platforms, there's several different, and viral content buzz, in my opinion, is like, okay, the best out there, yeah. But all of the quality buzz platforms are out there always struggle with that as far as, is it just a gaming that's just for gaming and we get points and then we get our stuff shared, or are we really there to have the old-fashioned, almost face-to-face engagement level? And it really comes down to the person sharing whether or not they want to take it to that level. But the different platforms, and especially viral content buzz, trying to put that out there so that you have the opportunity. I go in there to find my favorite authors and publishers, and I share their stuff. And most of the time, the article I find in viral content buzz, I've actually already read. It's like, oh yeah, I should share that. And so then I go share it.
I find that the stuff that I share there are highly sociable or highly socialized. And I promote other people's articles that were because I'm primarily a publisher. If people don't know, I do write, but I haven't used MyBlogGuest for that purpose yet. But so I'm primarily a publisher, and I have many websites, lots of different niches. And so the really good posts, I go ahead and use it. Like when I make an offer on an article, I say, it's published within 3 days, these are the things that I'll do, and I also will share it on my personal social network, as well as on Viral Content Buzz. Whether that's an additional reason for that person to accept the offer, I don't know, but when I do share those posts on Viral Content Buzz, they tend to do really well. Then again, I'm a little picky about which articles I accept, but I've always had really good success. Like, there's still one that is still going, and it's just about cats, but everybody's sharing it. It's about something like how to tell if your cat likes your date or something like that, and it was really popular because it was so unusual, and I've had nothing but good experience with that. But again, like I said, I'm a publisher, and I tend to promote the articles that get published on my own blogs.
Yeah, do you think that's the key issue, Shannon, that it has to do with the niche rather than that might be the difference between yours and Michael's experience?
Well, I know that Michael's articles are quality, so I don't. It could be the subject matter. I'm not sure, but Michael, isn't it your articles are more SEO related, if I'm correct?
No. Some of them are SEO related, but mainly is content marketing, blogging, social networking.
So that to me is kind of SEO, but I don't know. I couldn't say because I'm not an expert with Viral Content Buzz. I know Anne lives and breathes it, so I know that she would probably have a way better insight on that than I. But I just wanted to say that I personally have had, and some of the blogs I own are not just general blogs. Like they are very specific niche, but there's different topics. See, I even have a finance blog. Shh, don't tell anybody.
You just did.
I personally don't write for it for obvious reasons, but anyway, yeah, I think Anne would have a much better insight on that.
Hey, speaking of Viral Content Buzz, here's a strategy question I'd like to throw out to our panel here. Is it better if you put a project up on Viral Content Buzz? Do you think it's better to, let's say, put it up with 100 credits to be shared, or is it better to do it in chunks at a time, say 30 credits, and let it run a while and then back on again? Do you get what I'm saying? Is there a strategy there that people are using?
I have a strategy. First of all, I put around 50 points from the start, just because I want the story to be shared on all social channels there, to make sure that people will be able to share and stumble upon on Pinterest, and I won't run out of credits too fast. And in a couple of days, when I see that the credits, the activity is slowing down, I add 30 more. And if you add at least 30 credits, then your project gets on top of the feed again. So new people who haven't shared it yet will see it again. So you can try that technique a couple of times more. So I wouldn't give all my credits away to be able to add 30 more down the way so that it gets boomed to the top again. That's how I'm doing that, and it's been working pretty well.
That's a good point, Anna. One more question. Do you always, every article, put it out to every possible distribution point? Do you match your articles and say, well, this one would do well on Pinterest or not do well on Pinterest?
For Pinterest, I can only put articles that have a good image. There is no much point in putting out anything that images like just the is nothing particularly interesting about an image. It's not original. It pick maybe an icon or a banner. So for example, if I would share anything, any Twitter chat from MyBlogGuest blog, I would probably pass on Pinterest if there are no images except for the banner, because banner is not acceptable on Pinterest. I mean, making people share your banner on Pinterest is sneaky, so I wouldn't put that up for Pinterest. And for StumbleUpon, I wouldn't share anything search strictly SEO related, because on StumbleUpon that's usually considered spammy topics. So for StumbleUpon, I usually keep more entertaining, general, geeky technology things out. But if an article about an SEO tool, even if I think it's a cool tool and even if I like it, I wouldn't promote it on StumbleUpon, because that crowd is not particularly interested. The real users there, not the search marketers, but the real users are not interested in SEO and internet marketing that much. So I usually don't promote anything related to SEO on StumbleUpon. So it may vary. It may vary. Many of my projects don't go to all the channels, but if there is an opportunity to go to all four, then I would add more credits to make sure that people are able to promote it.
And how about to Facebook? What criteria do you see for Facebook that's important?
Facebook is pretty much like Twitter, and any content can find place on Pinterest and Twitter, especially now that we support pages and people can target their shares based on which pages they manage. For example, if I share as a user and I may not put some article on my personal profile because I don't think that it's a good match, but I would promote it on one of my pages. That makes it very flexible. I have about 10 pages on different topics. There is even one on productivity, one on technology, one on even relationships, I guess, one on fashion. So I can just go ahead and pick any topic and promote on one, match it with my pages.
All right. And one last question or observation. It seems like, Michael kicked us off with the idea of maybe people not interacting with the links, but when you do a viral content buzz, let's say somebody puts it out on Twitter, then as you say, that just means other people can see the description. So it's important for me to have a really good description, or a description that's going to get people to click, and then it's up to the person who clicks the link, isn't it? If they click on something they think might be interesting, hopefully they'll read it. So then from that point on, then it's up to me in my article to be sure that what I'm leading them to gives them some reason to read from there. Absolutely.
And I would really carefully pick the title and description when creating a project, right, because it's visible part on Viral Content Buzz dashboard because people see it and they may want to click or not. That some of the titles are you just can't help clicking, you will still do that. And another point, yes, for titles, I would suggest adding hashtags from time to time because they will make it to Twitter and Facebook and Google+. They all know, I'm sorry, we don't yet support Google+, but that's the plan. So I would really encourage people not overdo hashtags because they may make your update look spammy. But if you can, you should include a hashtag there, and that will expose your tweet to a larger community because all of those people who track hashtags or just search on Twitter something will see that tweet. So there are many possible points, many possible tactics to use the title and description, and I would really encourage everyone to play with those.
I've got something. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Welcome, Gerald.
And on the topic, I have a few pointers. I think what I heard Ann, she already addressed the title. just like when you're doing any content marketing, I mean, the title really is the very most important thing, because I see some people with really good content, and they'll leave just like kind of a boring title, and the content can be great, but if the title's not enticing, people aren't going to want to click on it.
Thank you so much, all of you, for joining the MyBlogGuest July Hangout. Be sure to visit us on the MyBlogGuest.com, as well as the G+ community and the Facebook page, and join us the last Friday of next month at this same time. What is that, 5 p.m. GMT? It's 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the August MyBlogGuest Hangout. Thanks all for joining us.